guys, Yulia here. So in today's video I wanted to give you a quick garden tour. This yet again has been another year of chaos gardening so to speak, because I just don't have enough time for my own garden with so many projects going on. But the garden never ceases to surprise me with how beautiful it gets in the middle of the summer. So let's walk around. Going to start in the front yard. This bed is starting to look really good. As per usual, the main focal point here is this royal purple smoke bush, which I should probably cut down at some point, at least in half, because it's enormous. The sanguisorbis haven't bloomed yet. I really hoped that they would, so I could show you, but this is an amazing white sanguisorba. Such a beautiful plant. Amsonia is adding texture. This yarrow was sent to me as a trial plant by Darwin Perennials. I love it. This is called terracotta. It has been blooming forever. And look at these beautiful colors on it. Kind of changes from this terracotta to pink to yellow. Love this one. This agastache was also sent to me by Darwin Perennials. I will put a name of this on the screen. I don't recall it at the moment. Another amazing plant. It has been blooming for a long time. It's deer resistant because I do have deer browsing this area. And of course, the star of the competition for this season is the Thai giant elephant ear. We have been exchanging notes with my other competitors as to who has the biggest leaf. So far, I am confused, but I know, it is what it is right now. We're doing this competition until, I believe it's end of September, October time. That is when the final measurements will go in. But the latest leaf, so you can see my hand, and I don't have small hands. This is the size right now, which I'm super excited. I've had a lot of problems with whitefly this year on everything, and our neighborhood is inundated with whiteflies. I have not been spraying, but I have been vacuuming them, which is kind of funny, but it works. The Nicotiana plants that I started so many of this spring are starting to show off. So I planted a select night flight from seeds, and this is actually the color that they're supposed to be. This kind of maroon, kind of bloody red. I'm sorry for the description, but some of them came out like this. So either I messed up the seedlings, but hey, I love these. These are balsam right here, and they self-seeded from last year. I am not mad because they look so good. They're kind of at the end of their bloom, but the color is just so rich. I love it. I also have some lime nicotianas that seeded from previous year, some cleome, which are ever present in the garden. I am growing a banana this year. It was kind of an emotional buy, of course inspired by Erin, the impatient gardener. As you can see, I didn't even dig out the bed for it. I just stuck it in the lawn, which I will extend this bed again, because what's going to happen once this guy is starting to get bigger, I have to replant a lot of the perennials and put them kind of on the edges. So I'm going to extend this bed in any case. So quick update on the project right here with the dogwoods and the privacy hedge. I am waiting on the shrubs that are going to go in here, but the dogwoods are doing amazing, you guys. I think they're grew so much already, at least a foot or a foot and a half. I'm so happy with them. We've had really hot weather, so I've been watering them a lot, and they're super happy. I wanted to show you this bed from this angle. It's not the best angle because the poppies are going out of seed. I'm going to cut these down and collect all of the seeds, but the limelight prime hydrangeas are starting to bloom. They look so good. I also replanted this totem pole switchgrass from the health strip because this thing gets to over 6 feet tall, almost 7 feet tall, and it's definitely not the space for it in the devil strip, but right here with the scale of these plantings, it's kind of perfect. Now the front door plantings are kind of meh this year because these are just all the leftover plants that I had in the garden, and I just stuck them in there. I had some cleome that seeded and I left. There's no rhyme or reason really, but you know what? It's one of those years for chaos gardening, I guess. But what I wanted to show you that is really cool is this cup and saucer vine, or cobea, that I grew from seed, and it is in a pot. Look at this thing. Now, it doesn't have flowers because I did not pinch it. You really should pinch it when it's about 5 feet tall. It starts to bloom earlier, but I wanted to leave it to see how tall it will get, because you know how I make those Christmas garlands for this space here? I just wanted to have that feel in the summer and see how it will look, and I love it. I don't even miss the flowers, and it will bloom in a few weeks too, so it will be covered with beautiful flowers. Here's what it is right now. I'm just gonna give you a little tour. I have some salvias of different types for hummingbirds. Helichrysum, love this thing. And this angelonia has the most beautiful color. I'll find the label, or I'll throw the plant names on the screen for you. That salvia blooms forever. The cleome, again, just self-seeded. Now I do have some Lysianthus there in grow bags, which have been grown from seed for 6 months, you guys, and they're still not blooming. So maybe next year there will be plugs. There's some more over there. They are getting there, but they're not there yet. As for the sidewalk garden, it is definitely filled in a lot. But I wanted to quickly show you this area here. That is where I planted some catmint last year, and I just pruned it. It was blooming for the longest time. I pruned it right now, and I planted some ageratum blue planet, so that will take over and have that beautiful purple coverage there. I know it doesn't look like anything right now, but again, chaos gardening season this year. But here is the view of the health strip and the elephant ears. I love them. I was really on the fence whether I should be planting them again there this year, because I've been doing this for so long, and I was getting a little bored, but now when I see it, I love it. It's my thing. So let's go over some plants here in this health strip garden. This Parabolus heterolepis is starting to fill in finally. Those grasses are 4 years old, you guys. That grass is so difficult to establish. It is beautiful native grass, but boy, it is so hard. It is going to bloom even more profusely next year, but it's a good ground cover grass for sunny areas, but it takes a while. Be patient. You see where those green flags are? That's where I planted some more. So this is what it looks like from plugs when you just plant it. It looks like a weed. Like you can't even tell. That's why I put the flags in there, so even I don't weed it out. Iridium jacifolium. This is something I grew from seed. This is the second year. It bloomed last year as well. I love the architecture of this plant. You have to be careful with it. It will reseed. Of course, Franz Schubert phlox, amazing as always. Now this grass I want to highlight for you. This is Molinia transparent, and the camera I don't think translates really well how beautiful this grass really is. So the blades themselves are very short. They're about 2 feet tall. And then you get these plumes that are kind of like a veil. And I love it. I think it's my favorite grass now. It used to be switchgrass, and now I love this one. Agastiki, as per usual, a workhorse, favorite of the pollinators, blooms for such a long time. I had to wait for the plane to pass, and also if the sound is kind of strange, my microphones died. I'm trying to fix them, so this is just a plain iPhone audio. Anyway, the other plant that blooms forever is this wild quinine. I've been trying to convince everyone to grow this. This I started from seed last year. This is the second year. It will not usually bloom the first year, but the second year it will give you a beautiful flush of blooms for at least 2 months, maybe more. Mountain mint, Euphorbia marginata is joining the party. There are a couple of Cleome stragglers. I used to have all of this be Cleome, and then they kind of disappeared, and now they're coming back again. More of the wild quinine, and you can see the flags are everywhere with Spirabolus. I got 32 plugs of that plant, and I kind of dotted it everywhere in this area. And again, you can see through this view the beautiful elephant ears. This is my classic combination of switchgrass, Shenandoah, and Joe Pyeweed. Right over here, this is actually new. I planted these little blue stems last year, and this is standing ovation. It's a really good variety of little blue stems. They don't flop as the straight species do, and it is such a beautiful grass. Look at the variation of the blues and the purples in this one. Of course, all of the little Calamintha nepeta and phlox is peeking out with the Leotris. How beautiful is that? This is world milkweed right here, which is very different from the common milkweed or the swamp. It has these thread-like leaves. More eryngium. I kind of dotted it throughout. I had to wait for some people to walk by. I'm telling you, if I wait for perfect conditions to film this garden, it will never happen. But anyway, there is a Verbena hastata, which still blooms. This plant does reseed, but it is easy to control. It doesn't have aggressive roots or anything, but it's just so beautiful. That echinacea is seeded itself. It kind of popped all over. The varieties that I have are Magnus and Ruby Star, and I think they interbred, and the seedlings are actually very good quality. They don't disappear. You know how echinaceas tend to just peter out in the garden and disappear. These are really good. They've been here for a while. So this is the view kind of against the setting sun right now, which is gorgeous. This is Agapanthus Galaxy Blue, which I honestly didn't think was going to survive last winter because it was pretty harsh, but it did, and it looks so beautiful. That true blue color, highly recommend. Echinacea pallida is still hanging in there with the Russian sage. It's looking gorgeous. Walk over here with the other side with some bee balms and vernicastrum blooming. And that beautiful backlit garden here with the Leotris, which I think I started from bulbs that I got in Costco. On the side, but the sun is kind of in the lens, so I apologize. But yes, so this patch of flowers is Phlox Gina, some Monarda bradburyana, some Vernicastrum, which is so pretty, those candle-like flowers, and of course my favorite Joe Pye weed. I want to show you the elephant ears a little closer. I planted a lot of Nicotiana in front. Some of them have been blooming for a while now. Some of them are still catching up. I really like that contrast with these dainty flowers and the bold texture of the elephant ears. And a lot more Nicotiana is going to join this party. I also have some phlox and some echinacea here. This area only receives, I would say, 2 hours of sunlight, and everybody seems really happy. I also wanted to show you that the bees are building their nests. You can see there's grass sticking out of the bee house. This is a native bee house. It's for solitary native bees. That's why there are only a few holes in here, and they're all different sizes for different sized bees. I just love this thing. I love observing how they build their little nests for the bee babies. Also, just wanted to show you the garden kind of from this angle. So this is the Sidewalk Garden, Phlox Gina, and then there's the sidewalk and the health strip. So there's a lot of layering going on. It's very, very pretty. Doesn't need editing, but I love it. Alright you guys, this is it for a quick garden update. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.